Anjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। So welcome to the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu Southern Division. We have been discussing in the Vishay Alamban the qualities of Krishna. And if you remember in the last 2-3 classes, we have been going through the scriptural proof for all these qualities. Sauramanga, Sarvalakshananvita, like that. We have covered up till now, as far as I remember, Buddhiman, we have covered that. Pratibhanvita, and we have come to Chatura. So these qualities in Krishna are what attract the soul. In fact, everything which is attractive to the soul in this world also is quality. If you see the quality of ghee or sweets, if it is made of a very high quality, then that attracts our heart. So similarly, the spiritual qualities of Krishna is what attracts the soul, more becoming surrendered to Krishna. So repeatedly, we should study these qualities and develop more and more attraction to Krishna, so that ultimately we can develop a rati towards Krishna. So today we will see the 15th quality, which is Chatura. Chaturo Yugapad Bhuri Samadhana Krit Uchate. A clever person is one, Chaturo Uchate, who brings about a solution to many problems simultaneously. Yugapad means many coming together. Bhuri and many. Samadhan Krit. And he brings a solution to the problems. So this is the sign of Chaturta, clever person, who brings about solution to many problems, not that he creates many problems. Yatha Paravati Virachene Gavam Kalpamam गोपाङ्गनागनम् अपाङ्ग तरङ्गीतेन मित्राणि चित्रतर सङ्गर विक्रमेण धिन्वन् अरिष्ट भयेदेन हरिविरेजे. Hari, Krishna, gives bliss to all cows. Gavam Kalapam by composing cowherd songs. Paravati Virachenana by cowherd songs. There are cowherd songs. He pleases the gopis. Gopanagana Ganam by the movements of his eyebrows. Apanga Taranga Gitena. He brings joy to his friends. Mitrani Chitratara by his heroic actions. Sangara Vikramai, like killing the demons. Of all of these simultaneously give fear to Arishta Sur. Dhinvan Arishta Bhaye Dena Vireje, seeing how fearlessly Krishna remains. So Krishna remained fearless in front of Aristasur, though he was a huge monster. You can see here the picture of Aristasur. And he gives bliss to the cows by composing cowherd songs, bliss to the gopis by his eyebrows, and joy to his friends by his heroic actions. So simultaneously he can do. This is one of Krishna's quality. Paravati refers to particular songs composed by cowherds. The phrase Arishta Bhaya Dena modifies all three of the previous phrases. So Arishta Bhaya Dena modifies all the three. What are they? Let us see. Oh, it is not mentioned here. So Arishta Bhaya Dena modifies all the three phrases means giving bliss to the cows, movement of his eyebrows to the gopis, and by his heroic actions. So by doing simultaneously being fearless in front of Aristasur, Krishna is giving different kinds of bliss to the cows, gopis, and the gopas. So that's the meaning here. It applies to all the three. Clever. A person who can perform various types of works at once is called clever. In this collection, one of the gopis said, "My dear friend, just see the clever activities of Sri Krishna. He has composed 9 songs about the cowherd paws and is pleasing to the cows. By the movement of his eyebrows, he is pleasing the gopis, and at the same time, he is fighting with demons like Aristashur." So he is fighting with Aristashur, and with his side glance, he is giving bliss to the gopis. In this way, he is sitting with different living entities in different ways and is thoroughly enjoying the situation. So that is the Praman. Okay, let's go to 16th quality, Daksha. Dushkare Shipra Kari Yastam Daksham Parichakshate. An expert is a person, Tam Daksham Parichakshate, who, yasya, does very quickly, Shiprakari, what is difficult to do, Dushkara. What is difficult, he does it very quickly. So here is how I know dexterous Krishna was in unlimited demons attacking, and his dexterity was everyone he destroyed. So that is Daksha. Yatha Dashame. Yani Yodha Prayuktani Shastrashtrani Kurduha Haristani Achinat Tikshne Sharer Ekek Shastrivi. An example is in the 10th canto. Lord Hari then struck down Achinat all the missiles and weapons. Astrani, it is Shastrani, it has become. Then the enemy soldiers threw at him. Yani Yodhani Prayuktani. O hero of the Kurus, Kurudvaha, destroying each and every one, Tani Ekeka, with these 3 sharp arrows. Tiksha Sharire Shastribi. So he destroyed with these 3 sharp arrows all the weapons. Yatha, another example. I'll just read the translation. O king, killer of Agadaman, Agahara, please dance only with me. Kuru, Yumi, Bhui, Nrityam, Mayeva. Desiring to fulfill this request by all the gopis, Tom iti Nikhila Gopi Pratna Purti Kama, Krishna quickly produced a multitude of gopis. Atanuta Gati, and himself going to a suited place and performing the dance, but in such a manner, Leela La Ga Vormim Tatastu, that each of the gopis without doubt saw him, the Dushu Adhikam Etastam Tata, at her side alone. Swaswa Prashve. So Krishna performed the Ras dance with each of the gopis as though Krishna was only with that particular gopi. This is only which Krishna can do it. Adhikam means undoubtedly. They saw him at each of their sides without doubt. Prabhupada, Daksha. Any person who can quickly execute a very difficult task is called expert. About the expertise of Krishna, there is a statement in the 10th canto, 59th chapter, verse 17 of the Srimad Bhagavatam, where Sukdev Goswami tells Parikshit, O king of Kurus, Sri Krishna cut to pieces all the different weapons used by the different fighters. And we saw that in the picture, if you see. Cut all the weapons of the different fighters. That's his dexterity or daksha. Formerly, fighting was done by releasing different kinds of arrows. One party would release a certain arrow and the other party had to defeat it by counteracting it with another arrow. For example, a party might release an arrow which could cause water to pour from the sky. And to counteract this, the opposing party would have to release an arrow which would immediately turn the water into clouds because water is being released, it has to go up. So, from this statement appears that Krishna was very expert in counteracting the enemy's arrows. Similarly, now this is the second example Prabhupada is giving similarly. At the Rasa dance, each and every gopi requested that Krishna individually become her partner. And Krishna immediately expanded himself into so many Krishnas in order to be coupled with each and every gopi. The result was that each gopi found Krishna by her side. So this is Kritagya. If you have any questions, you are always free to raise your hands. We are just going through go through the definitions of each of these qualities and the scriptural quotation. Okay, let's go to Kritagya. Kritagya syat abhigyo yah krita sevadi karmanam. A grateful person is one who acknowledges abhigyoya, others who have done service. Krita sevadi karmanam. Once who does any service, Krishna always remembers. Any verse in the Gita which Krishna is expressing his gratitude that he will never forget the service what a devotee renders. He is forever grateful. Anyone can think about a verse which in the Gita is there, which very closely comes to this one, very closely. It is actually the gratitude of Krishna. Anyone knows which verse is that? Think about it. Anyone? Sudhanshu Prabhuji. Yes.
चिन्तयन्तु मां ये जना पर्युपासते
Pardon?
नाम योगक्षेमं वहामि.
Just a minute. Can you repeat?
अनन्यश्चिन्तयन्तु मां ये जना पर्युपासते
Yesham
तेषां
Nitya.
नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहामि.
Okay, that is definition of pure devotion where,
No, of course it is, but just Ananishchintanto, one and anyone who just remembers Krishna.
for him, yeah, okay. Still, I'm looking for one more specific verse. Yes, Maya Narsimha Prabhuji.
उदार सर्वमेवैते ज्ञानित्मात्मैव मे मतम् आस्थित सहि युक्तात्मा मामे वानुत्तमां गतिम्. Udara. Where Krishna is expressing his
No, they are
gratefulness.
magnanimous. They are magnanimous because somehow they have come to me.
But they are also Udara is saying.
No, Udar means magnanimous. Yeah, he's calling them as Udar because somehow they have approached me, although they are in distress or they want some wealth. Ultimately, they have come to Krishna. Na? So, although it is not Nishkam Bhav, it is Sakam, but still Krishna considers them magnanimous. But among them, Jnani is superior. Yes, this also brings out. But there's another verse also. You both are correct, but still I would like to see Is there any other verse you would like to? Priya Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is it Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma Shashvat Shantin Nigachiti Kwanteya Prati Janai Name Bhakta Pranashyati? Boldly declare that
How Krishna is showing his gratitude?
meaning he is not forgetting. He says none of the devotee is ever lost. I make it sure. Like,
How Krishna protects his devotee. Okay. Still anyone else also? Yes, Gopi Geet Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Is it Prabhu? Is this Tesham Gyani Nitya?
Yesham Gyani Nityoktam Aham Mahu. Priya. He's
He
very
was saying that
dear to
Gyani,
me. He's dear to me.
dear to me.
Okay. Yes, Sudhanshu Prabhuji, one more chance we are giving you.
So I don't remember just the words, but it is like I am equal to all, but those who remember me, I like that.
Tamom Sarvabhuteshu, you're speaking.
हाँ,
line
no, सर्वभूतेषु
29.
नाम प्रिया.
How do we consider that as Krishna's gratefulness?
This second line, Prabhu. Of this second line.
Ye bhajante tu maam bhakta. That is how he reciprocates. Still, that specific gratitude. Yes, Birendra Yadav Prabhuji, let us take the last one. Birendra Yadav Prabhuji, which one you think is?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, 18.6 ये idam paramam guhyamad bhakti abhidhasyati. This verse. Bhakti mai param krita.
How you express gratitude? How is Krishna showing gratitude there?
Where Krishna is saying that those who are preaching this message, they will definitely come to, they will attain pure devotion and they will come to Krishna.
Okay, I'm looking for that fine, specific sentiment of gratitude. Dastikir Prabhu has said 6.47. Of course, I'm looking for this verse. Neha Bikramanasosti Pratyevayo na buddhate Salpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahatobhavat. Here, clearly Krishna's gratitude comes that anyone who has done even a little dharma, little service to him, Krishna never forgets that. And ultimately, Trayato Mahatobhat, that it will save you from the cycle of birth and death. Salpamapes, you have done one action for Krishna, dharma, you have executed devotional service, one devotional service, Krishna never forgets that. He is always grateful. What a beautiful quality it is. There is an entire class where I heard and how this work is speaking that how Krishna is grateful to those who do even little bit devotional service. And I was stunned, where is gratitude and here coming forth? It took me a lot of time, because it's not the knowledge of the head, it's the knowledge of the heart it requires to understand Gita. So I was trying to use my head, but I could not figure out. But now you can understand, how what it really means. So this is Kritagya. Let us see. This is Draupadi, Krishna's, moment he was calling, the gratitude in his heart was increasing. That's what it is mentioned. Rinam etad pravriddham me hridayan na nap sarpati yad govinditi chukrusho Krishna mam dura vasinam. Draupadi cried out, "O Govinda, though I was situated far away, yet Govinditi, Chukrosha Krishna Mam Duravasinam." That crying out had created an ever increasing debt. Rinam etad pravriddham. That gratitude of debt was increasing in Krishna's heart and it was increasing, which does not leave my heart. Me hridayan na pa sarpati. So, anyone who chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, actually, Krishna is very grateful to them and he'll never forget that. So, we might forget Another interesting thing, Jiva Goswami also says that uh, when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna mind is a universal mind. It is pervading all of the cosmos. So Krishna's mind and attention 100%, Sarvatmana, 100% is on that person, and his attention doesn't divert anywhere else. He's fully focused. Oh, he's chanting my name. Although we might be struggling and battling to concentrate and try to hear the name, but Krishna's attention is 100%. Somehow, when our attention will become 100%, there will be complete union, then Krishna will take us back. Okay. Yathava. So he gives another example. Though Jambavan had offended Krishna, Rikshamauler, the Lord remembering his service in the past during the time of Lord Ram, Anugatim Ati Purvam Chintayan, married his daughter Shaurir Adaya Kanyam and gave him great respect, Akuruta Bahumanam. Since the well-bred never forget, Vismaran Naiva Sadhu, what little service is rendered to them, Katam Api Kritam Alpam. What can be said of Krishna? Kim Utasa Kalu, who is the head jewel among all well-behaved persons. Sadhu Shreni Chudagra Ratnam. Chudagra Ratnam is. Well-behaved people will never forget whatever little service you have rendered to them. Then what to speak of Krishna, who is the head jewel of well-behaved? He never forgot, although Jambavan and Krishna fought in the cave for many, many days. I don't know how many days it went on, 28 days or something. But, Krishna was so grateful to Jambavan because he had rendered service to Lord Ram that he married his daughter. And not only that, he gave great respect to Jambavan. Beautiful, wonderful quality. These qualities have to be meditated. I think we should do an exercise, and I started this since I started these scriptural quotations. We take one quality of Krishna and every day try to remember this quality and try to visualize, how beautiful this quality of Krishna is. And this you can start before our chanting, and meditate upon it, dhyana chintan, and then start chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and you can see that your battle with dealing with the mind will come down. It's very, very important. Okay, Prabhupada, grateful. Any person who is conscious of his friend's benefit activities and never forgets his service is called grateful. In the Mahabharata, Krishna says, when I was away from Draupadi, she cried with the words, Hey Govinda. This call for me has put me in her debt, and that indebtedness is gradually increasing in my heart. This statement by Krishna gives evidence of how one can please the Lord simply by addressing him, Hey Krishna, Hey Govinda. And then Prabhupada is giving the Mahamantra. See, the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare is also simply an address to the Lord and his energy. Hey Govinda is there, and this is also an address. So to anyone who is constantly engaged in addressing the Lord and his energy, we can imagine how much the Supreme Lord is obliged. It is impossible for the Lord to ever forget such a devotee because his memory is eternal. He is eternal and his relationship with every soul is eternal. So he will never forget. It is clearly stated in this verse that anyone who addresses the Lord immediately attracts the attention of the Lord, who always remains obliged to him. I was mentioning that Jiva Goswami says that the attention of the Lord goes 100% to that devotee who is chanting the holy name. Another instance of Krishna feeling of obligation is stated in connection with his dealings with Jambavan. When the Lord was present as Lord Chandra, Jambavan, the great king of the monkeys, rendered very faithful service to him. When the Lord again appeared as Lord Krishna, he married Jambavan's daughter and paid him all the respect that is usually given to superiors. A honest man is obliged to his friend if some service has been rendered unto him. Since Krishna is the supreme honest personality, how can he forget an obligation to his servitor? Okay. Sudrida Vrata. Pratigya Niyamao Yasya satyo cha sudrida vrata. A person who is true to his promises and to his perpetual vows. Promises and perpetual vows is called fixed in vows. Sa sudrida vrata. So anyone can guess by this picture what is the promise Krishna gave, and it is to whom? Which pastime you think is this? Anyone? Yes, Priya Mataji.
Is it Kunti Maharani? She's thanking Krishna.
That we saw. This is not that one. Anyone? I know it's a little difficult, but you can do your guesswork, I can say here. Swarna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, it is Ashokatma. It is my wife's this thing name.
Oh, you have to change your name then.
Yeah, I will
Sorry,
change.
please forgive me.
Prabhu, is it Satya?
Satya?
Satyabhama?
Yes, excellent. Very good. It's Satyabhama. Correct answer. It is Satyabhama. He promised her that he'll get the Parijat because one was there in Rukmini's garden. So he got the Parijata. Being true to his promise, Tatra Satya Pratigyo is illustrated in Harivamshi, Ata Harivamshi. O Narad Mune, of the Devas Gandharvas, na Deva Gandharvagana, Rakshasas, na Rakshasa, Asura Yakshas Pannagas, na cha Asura Naiva cha Yaksha Pannaga, are trying to make me break my promise. Mama Pratigya Apahantum Udyata, but they cannot do so. Na, may my promise to you be fruitful. Samarthaha kalo satyam astute. So this is another verse, but he gives, I think, another quotation which is about Satyamama. Mune, O Muni, in this verse is an address to Narada. Satyam means a vow according to Amarkosh. Satyam sapata tatayo. Satya means a vow or a truth. Vow or truths. Both are Satyam. Determined. Any person who observes the regulatory principles and fulfills his promises by practical activity is called determined. As far as the Lord's determination is concerned, there is an example of his dealings in the Harivamsha. This is in connection with Lord Krishna's fighting with the king of heaven, Indra, who was forcibly deprived of the Parijat flower. Parijat is a kind of lotus flower grown on the heavenly planets. One Satyamama, one of Krishna's queens, wanted that lotus flower and Krishna promised to deliver it. But Indra refused to part with his Parijat flower. Therefore, there was a great fight, and Krishna and the Pandavas on one side, and all the demigods on another. Ultimately, Krishna defeated all of them and took the Parijat flower, which he presented to his queen. So, in this regard, to this occurrence, Krishna told Narad Muni, my dear sage of demigods, now you can declare to the devotees in general and to the non-devotees in particular that in this matter of taking the Parijat flower, all the demigods, Gandharvas, Nagas, Rakshasas, Pannagas tried to defeat me, but none could make me break my promise to my queen. So this is a real husband, who can protect the wife, and whatever the wife asks, he should be able to get it. Not at all an easy task, right? So this is an example. Yathava, there is another. Very easily, Krishna, the enemy of Kamsarir, made Indra, Akhandadala, bereft of the Parijat tree, a Parijato. So this is the second example given here. And please, Satyamama, Satyam Sukham, a Karshit. He also made Yudhishthira devoid of enemies. Sa Helanam Panduputro, and please Draupadi, Sir Krishnam. In this way, he fulfilled his promises. Nija Pratigya Sa Phalam Dadhaha Hanah Dadhanah. So this is another example. In the case of Indra, the word aparajita means devoid of the parijat tree. In the case of Yudhishthir, aparijata means without any. Parajita means aparajata means without any enemies. Why is Sukham declined in a feminine singular? Sukham. Amarkosh says, Ata trishu dravya papam punyam sukha adichas. Such words as papa, punya, and sukha should be declined in a singular in all genders. So this is something to do with the grammar. Sukham can be used as a verbal modifier in the following example. Sukham aham asva sam. I slept happily. Thus, in this verse, it agrees with the noun, it modifies Satyam and Krishnam and is declined in the feminine singular. So this is the reason he gives based on grammar. Also, it can be understood to have a meaning possessing happiness. Sukhamati, as per Paninian so and so rule. There is another promise by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita to the effect that his devotee will never be vanquished. Kaunteya pratijani nama bhakta pranishati. Shipram bhavati dharmatma Shashvat Shatim Nigajati Kaunteya Pratijani Namai Bhakta Pranashati. So this somebody had quoted, and this is also true. And Prabhupada, although this is not a scriptural proof given by Rupa Goswami, but in his summary study, Prabhupada is also quoting this, and this is also valid quote. And we saw that 2.40 also. So, a sincere devotee who's always engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord should know for certain that Krishna will never break his promise. There is a pratigya, there is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita only which speaks about pratigya. Anyone knows which verse is that? Anyone remembers? Anyone? One hand. Maya Narsimha Prabhuji, yes. Yes.
I don't recollect the first lines, Prabhu, but the last line, if it is not wrong, I think Vratam Mama. Like that it ends.
Etad dridam vratam mama.
Yeah.
Dridam vratam mama. Oh, that is the Ramayana. That is also gratefulness.
Smriti Chaya Chate. Abhayam Sarvada Tasmai Dadamyeta
Etam
Vratam
dridam
Mama.
vratam mamai. Yes, that is definitely us. You're speaking from the Ramayana. I'm speaking from the Gita. Pratigya.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. Anyone else would like to try? Sudhanshu Prabhuji. Yes.
So this Pratijane also comes from Pratigya also, na? So same line, same root word.
What?
Pratijane Priyoshi mein.
Yes, exactly. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. These two lines are same as this verse and 9.3. Mam eva shisi satyam te. You will come to me. Pratigyan, I am giving you this promise because you are very, very dear to me. So, in that verse 9.34, these two lines are same. The next two lines is what the sadhaka should do to connect to Krishna. That is what is mentioned. Here, in this verse 18.65, how Krishna is connected to the soul. Every soul is very, very dear to, Krishna. And he's telling, because I love you, I'm telling you the truth, you will come to me, just do this. So Krishna is exhibiting his love to his devotee. Very beautiful. So this is also a reference you can say definitely for this discussion what we have. Yes, Maya Narsimha Prabhuji.
Prabhu, in that context, then this Sarvadharman Parityaja verse also, where Krishna is promising that he's sure to deliver him from all sinful reactions. And after that, he will come back to me. He's also Krishna's promise, right, Prabhu?
Yes, definitely. See, in the Bhagavad Gita, of course, we don't do that kind of a study, but if you study, now love, I'm just giving an example, try to understand it. Love can be exhibited by respect. Love can be exhibited by appreciation. Love can be exhibited by service. Love can be exhibited by gratitude. And love can be exhibited by being determined. to execute the orders of the Lord. So all these are manifestations and all these are different emotions. So each verse of the Gita, if you see, there is a reciprocation of love happening between Krishna and his devotee. Like Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. This is Krishna is saying, you do this. So love is two ways. And then Krishna is saying, if you do this, then I will do what? Aham Tvam Sarva Papebesyo Mam Ek what is it? Aham
Aham
Tvam
tvam
Sarva Papebhyo
mokshayishyami ma sucha.
Mokshasyami Ma Sucha. So this is what I'll do. If you do this, I will do this. Like Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryopasate. You can see this verse. If you perform undivided pure devotional service, then Tesham Aham,
Sam-
Yogakshemam Vahamam. Isham Abhin Yuktanam Yogakshema for them who are Abhiyuktanam. Yukta means just connected, but Abhiyukta means they're continuously connected without any break. Abhi is a prefix to Yukta. Yogakshema Vahamyam. This is how he reciprocates. That is the reciprocation of love. So every verse of Gita is like that. But going into the finer things of the feelings of gratitude, the feelings of respect, all these, so this needs some fine study and going into the deeper aspects of what are the emotions involved in it. And gratitude, as we mentioned, this verse definitely shows that Kaunte Pratijani Nyama Bhakta Pranashati, my devotee will never be perished. And of course, this verse also, which we quoted, 18.65. He will always protect his devotees in every circumstance. So this faith we should have that Krishna will protect me. We should never be fearful. Krishna will take care of me even if I am in the deepest dark jungles alone. But we are not alone. Krishna is there with us. Krishna showed how he fulfills his promise by delivering the Parijat flower to Satyabhama, by saving Draupadi from being insulted, and by freeing Arjuna from the attack of all enemies. Okay, now this is the next quality, Satya Niyamo Yata, an example of being true to perpetual vows. Now, as I mentioned, that person who is true to his promise, pratikya, and to his perpetual vows. Once you take a vow, it is beyond, like I take a vow of the 4 regulative principles means I will do it in any circumstances, no matter whatever the situation is. It is forever. So that is called as a perpetual vow. So for this, now Rup Goswami is giving example of being true to person. Oh Krishna, you vowed Swavratam that your devotee will never suffer. Mad Bhakta San na Dukiti. You have illustrated Vivritta Tvaya that by performing the difficult task, Dushkaram Karma Kurvata of lifting Govardhan hill, Girer Uddharahanam. So Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill and to protect the devotees from the suffering. So that is Krishna's vow. Krishna will always keep his vow. So then devotees go through sufferings, especially those who are practicing more seriously. And we see many devotees going through sufferings. And actually, we cannot see that how, that suffering is Krishna's mercy to bring that devotee closer to Krishna. So lacking that spiritual vision, you can say, we might see why there is suffering, why Krishna is putting me suffering, but that suffering is to purify us so that we can, come more closer to Krishna. So that is how we should see suffering also. Okay, let's see what Jiva Goswami has to say. The difference between Satyanima and Pratigya is that Satyanima is a constant vow, whereas a Pratigya is an occasional promise. So this is the subtle difference between Satyanima and Pratigya. Any examples of Satyam Niyama you can, quote, which you know from Shastra? Satya Niyama. Any examples you know from the Shastra, which was throughout their life, they maintained it? Yes, Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, was it for Bhishma? He
Yeah,
took it for life.
this was first thing on my mind, Bhishma. Anyone else? Sudhanshu Prabhuji?
Prabhu Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, Yam Yam Bhavismana Bhavam Tajantam Te Kalevaram Tam Tamai Vaiti Kaunte
Then
Sada.
every statement of the Gita is it's a Satya Niyama,
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, every statement. I want some examples of devotees who took a vow and throughout that life they maintained that vow. Whatever vow they took, they always kept that vow. That is my point.
Devotees.
Yes.
Sorry, Prabhu, I don't recollect that.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Maya Narsim Prabhuji.
Prabhuji Yudhishthir Maharaj, that he said he will never speak a lie.
Yes. What he spoke was a white lie in one sense. Okay. Chakra. Chakra Rama. Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, is it Karna also? He was wanted to Duryodhan go the wrong way, and even for donation part also, he knew that he will die. Still, he gave us the kavach, this protective
Yes.
kavach.
Yes, that is the example, but that example is not a good example based on morality, because ultimately he was on the side of Duryodhan, but it is a right example. Definitely, I can say that. Yes, somebody else also had raised their hand. Any other examples you can think of? Yes, Sudhanshu Prabhuji.
Prabhu, now I remember the example of Harishchandra and Sibi Maharaj.
Yes. He was truthful to his vow, exactly. Subhikshna Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhu, in our Acharyas, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur not to eat mango for the whole
Yes,
life.
excellent. Oh, that is really an amazing vow. Throughout his life, he maintained it. What a vow it must be, so determined not to touch a mango. And his sannyasi disciples used to offer him mango, but he used to never touch them. I'm an aparadi, he used to say. Bali Maharaj, yes, he was truthful to his vow. Yes, excellent. This verse is a statement of Indra. Prabhupada. A promise of Krishna that his devotee is never vanquished has also previously been admitted by Indra when he was defeated in the Govardhan Leela. When Krishna stopped the villages of Vraja, Vrindavan from worshipping Indra, Indra became angry and therefore inundated Vrindavan with continuous rain. Krishna, however, protected all the citizens and animals of Vrindavan by lifting Govardhan hill, which served as an umbrella. After that incident was over, Indra surrendered to Krishna with many prayers, in which he admitted, by your lifting Govardhan hill and protecting the citizens of Vrindavan, you have kept your promise that your devotees are never to be vanquished. That's what Indra said later on. Okay. Desha Kala Supatragya. Desha Kala Supatragyash Tad Tad Yogya Kriya Kritaha. The knower of place, time, and person is one. Desha Kala Supratagyas Tat, who performs actions suitable to the time, place, and person. So the persons are the gopis here. The place is the Ras Mandal and the suitable time is the Sharat Purnima. The suitability of time and place is based on the suitable person. Here the suitability of the person, Supatra, is specifically mentioned to show that it is a major element, because if the person is unqualified, then place and time are of little value, such as the precision, that right person has to be there and then we can perform some activity. Thus, the word Supatra is used instead of Patra to emphasize the importance of qualification of the candidate. only one quality is mentioned, so well qualified, but this indicates all qualities which make the candidate suitable. All qualities should be there. One should also understand that the expert person will understand all the qualities of place and time which make them suitable. Yatha. There is no time, nasti samayas, compared to the autumn season in the moonlight. Sarad Josna Tulya Katam Api Paro. There is not the place of amusement. A Krida Kvachit Apina equal to Vrindavan, Vrindavan Sama. In the three words, Trailokyam. There are no lotus-eyed women, na kwapi ambujakshi, like the young women of Vraja. Vraja Yuvati Kalpite. Considering this, Vimarshan, my heart, Manome, longs for Sotkandam, the taste of rasa dance. Muhur ajani rasotsava rase. So the Supatra here are who? Anyone knows? Who are the Supatra? Because there are three things, Desha, Kala, and Supatra. And we saw Jiva Goswami's commentary. Who are the Supatra here? Yes, Maya Narsin Prabhuji.
Gopis, Prabhu.
Yes, the gopis, correct. Because although it is, the autumn season and the moonlight, and if the gopas are there, it is not for Sakyaras. It is only for Madhuriras. Gopas in the morning time in the jungle while they are herding the cows, that increases Sakyaras. Yes, Chakrama Prabhuji, you have to say something or you have a question?
Can we Dhruv Maharaj? Supatra?
For what? In this situation?
No, for getting means
No,
the
no,
throne
no.
which he was wanting it for.
No, you're not understanding the point. See, there is the autumn season of the moonlight, the Sharad Purnima. And there is Krishna wants to do Krida in Vrindavan, which is the best of the places in the three worlds. And there are the lotus-eyed women, the gopis. And the Krida is Ras Leela. So in that Supatra is, the gopis. And the Desha is Vrindavan. Kala is the, the Sharad Purnima day. I hope you're getting now the point.
What do you say, Desha about?
Desha is Vrindavan.
Okay.
Kala is, the Sharad Purnima, the full moon night.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So
Yes,
all three
fine,
should be
thank
there.
you, Prabhuji.
All three should be there.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Maya Narsim Prabhuji.
Prabhu, this can be also be seen with the Krishna's interaction with Kubja when she requested Krishna to come. At that time, Krishna was with his brother, elder brother. So he
Yes.
said he will come at appropriate time.
Yes, yes.
And
she was not a patra for the Vrindavan Madhuri Ras, but it was a different rasa.
yeah.
Gopi.
And also, Prabhu, similarly, when the Brahmana wives they came to see Krishna and offer food to him, he also expressed the desire like gopis. So similarly, Krishna told them to go back.
Yes, because
They
the
went back.
Kala, although they were the Supatra, the Desha and the Kala did not allow.
Yeah.
So you can apply to all the examples and see that Krishna always acts according to like I'll tell you something, it's very important, which devotees, are not conscious about. Like, two devotees are discussing about something internal matter of ISKCON and, they are driving and, there is some person who's driving the car. He's hearing all this, although the devotees are together Supatra, neither the Desha, the place where they are sitting and going somewhere, or the time is right time to discuss this. So one has to be very careful, and do things according to this. And most specifically here, you have to see the time, the place, and specifically the Supatra. That's what. Okay. Let's see Jiva Goswami's commentary. This verse illustrates how Krishna is expert in judging suitable time, place, and person for the rasa dance. This statement occurs in the discussion when Krishna speaks to Uddhava in Mathura. Expert judge of time and circumstances. Krishna was very expert in dealing with people according to the circumstances, country, time, and paraphernalia. How he could take advantage of the particular time, circumstance, and person is expressed by him while talking to Uddhava about his rasa dance with the gopis. He says, the most opportune time is the full moon night in autumn, like tonight. The best place within the universe is Vrindavan, and the most beautiful girls are the gopis. So, my dear friend Uddhava, I think I should now take advantage of all these circumstances and engage myself in the rasa dance. Shastra Chakshuhu. Shastraanusari karma yah Shastra Chakshu sah katyate. A person with the eyes of scripture is a person, Shastra Chakshu sah katyate, who performs his action according to the rules of scripture. Shastraanusari karma yah yatha. Abhut kamsaripur netram shastram evarta drishyate netrambujam tu yuvati vrindan madaya kevalam. The eyes of scripture, Netra Shastram, which belong to Krishna, the enemy of Kamsa, Abhut Kamsaripur, exist only to see the practical action in a given situation. Eva artha drishyate. And his lotus eyes exist, Netambrujatu, only to bewilder Madaya Kevalam, the young woman, Yuvati, Vrindan. This is a statement made by someone in a joking mood. To see what is practical, Artha Drishyate means to see the auspicious and inauspicious elements in a given situation. In a given situation, we should always see what are the auspicious and the inauspicious, and you have to carefully evaluate and then take our further course of action. Seer by the authority of scriptures. A person who acts exactly according to the tenets of scripture is called as Shastra Chakshus. Shastra Chakshus means one who sees through the eyes of the authorized scriptures. Actually, any man of knowledge and experience should see everything through these books. For example, with our naked eye, we perceive that the sun globe simply has some glaring substance. But when we see through authorized books of science and other literature, we can understand how much greater the sun globe is than this earth and how powerful it is. So Prabhupada is giving further example in modern context to understand this Shastra Chakshu as a practical application for us. So seeing things through the naked eye is not actually seeing. Very beautiful statement. Seeing things through the authorized books and authorized teachers is the correct way to see. So although Krishna is the Supreme Personality Godhead and can see all that in the past, present, and future, to teach the people in general, he used to always refer to scriptures. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, although Krishna is speaking on the supreme authority, he still mentioned and quoted Vedanta Sutra as an authority. So where did Krishna quote Vedanta Sutra as an authority? Anyone? Where did Krishna quote Vedanta Sutra as an authority? I want to see. Anyone would like to try this? Yes, there are 3 hands. Ashokatma Prabhuji.
Prabhu,
Chapter 13, which verse?
yes, Vedesya sarvair ahameva vedyo.
Vedanta Krit Veda
Vedavid eva chaha.
I am the knower of Vedanta, he says, but he quotes that I am also quoting this statement based on Vedanta, he says. This is a little different. Priya Mataji.
Same thing I was quoting Prabhuji.
Okay. There is also one more Kuwait 15th, but I am not looking for that verse, definitely. Sudhanshu Prabhuji.
So in chapter 13, Rishibhir Bahuda Gitam.
Excellent. I was looking for this verse. Yes. Yeah. Rishibir Bahuda Gitam Chandobir Vivide Pratak Brahma Sutra Padeshcheva Hetu Madbir Vinishchitam. There are great rishis, Bahuda, Gitam, they have sung, Chandobi in various hymns, Vivide, Pratak Brahma Sutra of the Vedanta by aphorism, Pade. They are in Padas there. Hetu. That knowledge of the field of activities and the knower of activities is described by various sages and various. It is especially presented in Vedanta Sutra with all reasoning to cause and I am now going to tell you that same, cause and effect. And he's quoting authority, that is Vedanta Sutra. He also quotes authority, Krishna. There is a statement in Srimad Bhagavatam where a person jokingly says that Krishna, the enemy of Kamsa, is known as a seer through the Shastras. That was in order to establish his authority, however, he is now engaged in seeing the gopis, whereby the gopis are becoming maddened. I don't know in which context this whole pastime is, so I cannot comment much upon it. So we are now on the 21st quality. Okay, so we will finish this one more quality and then we'll wind up for today. Suchi, pavanascha vishuddhascheti uchate dvida suchi. Pavana papanashi syat vishuddha tekta dushana. There are two types of purity. Dvida suchi uchate, pavana and vishuddha. Pavana vishuddha cheti. Pavana means he who destroys sin. Pavana papanashi syat. Pavana means one who destroys sin. And Vishuddha means he who is without faults. Vishuddha tekta dushana. There is no dushana in him, no faults. So that is Tatra Pavana Yata Padme. So for the first one, purification of Sitra, it is in Padma Puran. When the intellect is purified by faith, Shraddha Rajyan Matir, and all sincerity, Nirvyajam, please intently worship Bhaja Atitaram Krishnam Tam, the ocean of good qualities, Gunanidam, whose glory destroys all darkness, Uttam Shloka Maulim, who purifies those who purify others, Pavanana Pavanam. When just the semblance of his name, Abhasapi and Nama, appears in the heart, Prodayan Antakarana, Kuhare, it destroys the greatest accumulation of sins. Shipayati Mahapataka Dvantarashim, just as the light prior to the rising of the sun destroys all darkness. Hanta Abhasopi Bhanur. So Namabhas is just like the rising sun, and Shudram is the sun which is full energy in the afternoon. And intellect purified by faith. So real intelligence means having faith in Shastra. Purified intelligence, that is, not the material intelligence. And with all sincerity, we should worship Krishna, who is the ocean of qualities, and he destroys all darkness and the purifier of all purifiers. And just Abhasopi and Nam. Very beautiful. This is an instruction of Vidura to Dhritarashtra. So that's why we put this picture, Vidura instructing Dhritarashtra. Of course, this is also like Sanjay instructing Dhritarashtra. We could not get exactly a picture of Vidura instructing Dhritarashtra. One should understand the semblance of the name of the Lord, Namabhas, from the following verse of Padma Puran. Namekam yasya vachi smaranapata gatam stotram moolam gatam va shuddha varnam vyavahita rahitam tarete eva satyam. Even chanting purely or impurely, shuddham va ashuddham varnam vyavahita rahitam vachi. One name of the Lord completely, Namekam yasya, entering the ear, stotra moolam gatam va, and penetrating the mind, smaranapata gatam, will deliver a person. Tareti eva satyam. So we'll not go into the philosophy of the Nama Tattva now, but here Nama means actually Shuddha Nam. And Shuddham va, we are speaking about the, pronunciation. Whether even one is purely able to pronounce, that doesn't matter. And Vyavahita Rahitam means, like Halam Riktam. Halam, Ha is there. Riktam means Ri is there. Hari. So that is, two words. The first two syllables together form Hari. So even if you chant Halam Riktam with a pure heart, then you will be delivered. But provided there are no offenses. So that comes up in the next line of this verse of Padma Puran only. Pure. Prabhupada, there are two kinds of supreme purity. When one type is possessed, one is able to deliver a sinful person. When the other type is possessed, one does not have anything which is impure. A person who possesses either of these qualities is called supremely pure. Where this quality of Krishna is mentioned of pure, anyone knows, raise your hands. It is in some other scripture, some other Upanishads. I'm just giving a hint. Let us see. Oh, two devotees have raised their hands. Sudhanshu Prabhuji. Yes.
So is it apapa viddham?
Excellent. Shuddham apapa viddham. Very good. And Prabhupada says antiseptic and propalytic, Antiseptic means, there is sin, like burn. You apply antiseptic in Ayurveda, so that burn will go away. And also the medicine is such that, oh, sorry, there is some wound and there are germs coming. So, it will heal the wound. And once the wound is healed, it will not allow also, any germs to come and again, create a wound. So, Shuddham, Papa Viddham. Excellent. Very nice. Krishna is both. He can deliver all conditions, sinful condition souls, and at the same time, he never does anything by which he can be contaminated. So this is the same point being made. Vishuddha yata. Kapatam cha hatash cha nachute bata satrajita napi adinata katam adya vritha samantaka prasabham kaustubam sakyam ichasi. Vishuddha faultless is as follows. O Samantak Juval Sambantak, there is no deception in Krishna to try to take you from Satrajit. Kapatam na hatascham na chute. And there is a plenty of miserliness in Satrajit to keep you. Then why do you Atam Adyavrata desire so forcibly Prasabam to make a friendship with the Kausab Jewel today, Kausabam Sakyam? I don't know again. Why, in which context, this is, I know this is the pastime of Satrajit. This is the derisive statement made by Uddhava to Satrajit. Prasabhavastu balatkaro hata. Prasabha means force, violence. Hata means is in masculine. Prasabham here means to force or violence according to rules. So much. Now let us see what Prabhupada is saying. First is about, in this connection, Vidura, while trying to detach his elder brother Dhritarashtra from his familial attachment, said, "My dear brother, you just fix your mind on the lotus feet of Krishna, who is worshipped with beautiful erudite verses by great sages and saintly persons." So first, the first example Prabhupada is giving of delivering all sins. Krishna is the supreme deliverer among all deliverers. Undoubtedly, there are demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, but their position as deliverers depend always upon the mercy of Krishna. Therefore, Vidura advises elder brother Dhritarashtra to concentrate his mind and worship only on Krishna. If one simply chants the holy name of Krishna, this holy name will rise within one's heart like a powerful sun and will immediately dissipate all the darkness of ignorance. Vidura advised Dhritarashtra to therefore think always of Krishna so that the volumes of contaminations due to sinful activities would be washed off immediately. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is addressed by Arjuna as Parabrahma, Paramdhama, Pavitram. Prabhupada is now, he's giving a reference from the Gita, which is not given by Rupa Goswami. As we are doing this kind of exercise from Gita, Prabhupada is also doing that, the supreme pure. There are many other instances Krishna exhibiting supreme purity. Okay. So this is the 22nd quality, which we will start in the next class. So we covered today 22nd, 21st quality, and we started 15th. So around maybe another, I told you, at least 5-6 classes will require this. But please do meditate on each of these qualities, contemplate, do this as your sadhana, and what benefits you're going to reap are unimaginable. So start with the first quality, keep all the 64, take a printout and keep these qualities, the examples, scriptural quotation, like that, make a chart, Excel sheet, and then every day look onto one quality and do some meditation on it, and then start chanting the holy names. And then all these qualities, to a minor degree, are possessing the soul, and Krishna, because we are meditating on these qualities, slowly these qualities also will come in us. Okay, any questions you have up till now, what we have discussed? So we'll stop here. ग्रंथराज श्री भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा।